First and foremost, we want to be clear that what we are sharing with you are strategies and concepts that can be implemented by individuals who understand the logistics of how these techniques work. We are not giving you specific tax or financial advice. We are simply giving you 3 key elements of how to approach such platforms, as far as the literal, the mental, and spiritual format needed to be successful with your aspirations.
What's up, world? You're tuning in to FBN, and this is another episode of Finance Bros Network. I am the one half of finance, Anton Leftwich.
And this is Michel Dupoux, the other half, and we are coming to you live with Finance for Everyday People. We are honored to be here and to be able to serve diverse communities as usual.
Yes, sir. I keep wanting to come in after that and be like, the other half.
The other half.
In the spirit of hip hop, of course.
Right.
Mike, of course, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one, brother, because you really came with some valuable information this week for our wealthians. We said we had a special PSI, public service announcement, I wanted to bring to y'all. Before Mike gets into that, I just wanted to say, we wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to the world and all our wealthians out there. Right. This week coming up. Yep. Is going to be Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are going to be taking the week off with their families, and we're going to do the same.
Absolutely.
So there will not be an episode next Saturday, but following that, we're going to get into the Christmas holidays, and we're going to come with some episodes in December, and then we're going to probably wrap it up with about 12 episodes for the season before we start coming with our vodcast, the TV show for HHN, in mid-February, early March.
Right.
So, Mike, you want to kind of give them a little intro, what we got going on here?
Yeah, so definitely this is breaking news, everybody, and this is why we're doing this public announcement. And this is for all our wealthians and everybody else who hears us. This is really important. We felt that we needed to bring this information to you guys. So people who have, or wealthians who have LLCs or S corporation, you must file for a BOI. You say, what is a BOI? A BOI is beneficial ownership information. That's with FinCEN. And FinCEN is the Financial Crime Enforcement Network of the United States Treasury Division. Mm-hmm. So this is from the Treasury Department, and they have put this in place. This was a law that came about through from the Corporate Transparency Act in 2021. So this law was put in 2021 and passed. Okay, by your congressmen and your senators and everybody above passed this law. So here's how it's broken down. Okay, so just FYI, LLC means limited liability corporation, and S corporation is subchapter corporation. A lot of people don't know what the S is, and now you do. It's subchapter corporation. That's what the S corporation means. Okay, so going back to the Corporate Transparency Act in 2021 that was passed, and it says if you have an LLC or an S corporation or any other registered entity, so let's say you come from a foreign country and you do business in the States, and you have an entity registered in the state, this is applicable to you also. So here we go. If you created entity before January 1st, 2024, you must file for a BOI by January 1st, 2025. With its registration.
Some of us only got a couple weeks.
Hey.
Wow.
And if just FYI, if you filed entity from January 1st January 1st, 2024.
Yeah.
You have 30 days. So hopefully, because we are well into 2024, hopefully when you filled out this entity, somebody said, hey, you need to file with FinCEN for the BOI, because after 30 days, we're going to go over all the penalties that could accrue. But Anton, can you just give them the breakdown of the entities that are exempt from this filing?
Absolutely. So there's 23 types of companies that are exempt from filing the BOI, okay? It's funny how they protecting the money. Watch when you read this list. You're going to be like, oh, okay, I see where they're going. So the 23 types of companies that are exempt are as follows: security reporting insurers, governmental authorities, 3, banks, 4, credit unions, 5, depository institution holding companies, 6, money services businesses, 7, brokers or dealers in securities, 8, securities exchanges or clearing agencies, 9, other exchange act registered entities, 10, investment companies or investment advisors, 11, venture capital fund advisors, 12, insurance companies, 13, state licensed insurance producers, 14, Commodity Exchange Act registered entities, 15, accounting firms, 16, public entities, 17, financial market utilities, 18, pooled investment vehicles. Is that 18 or 19?
That was 18.
Yeah,
You're right.
18. 19, tax-exempt entities. 20, entities assisting a tax-exempt entity. 21, large operating companies. 22, subsidiaries of certain exempt entities. And 23, inactive entities.
Now,
all right?
Yeah.
So, and please note that, if your company is one of these, then you do not have to file.
And just FYI, the large operating companies, what does that break down to? Pretty much what criteria is that considered?
Large operating companies, it's I believe it's more than 20 employees.
More than 20 employees and more than 5 million.
5 million, yeah.
Generating
and reported,
meaning on their tax return.
Right.
So if you don't have more than 20 employees and $5 million reported on your tax return, you are not considered a large operating company.
And I'm sure that's because they know they can find you already.
Exactly, with that kind of money. And so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just in case you think, well, all right, what is the big deal with filing this? Well, here's what the government, the federal government, has put together as penalties if you choose not to file this. So remember, I said you have up till January 2025. If you didn't file, if you have an entity and you filed for the entity before January 2024. Okay, so you have until the 1st of next year. If you don't file this BOI, this beneficial ownership information form, you will be fined $591 per day.
591 what?
$591 per day.
Per day.
Up to $10,000. And if you still didn't file your beneficial ownership information, I'm saying the whole thing so it can really get into your head. And if you don't do it, even after that, you will go to jail for up to 2 years.
They putting people in jail.
They're going to put you in jail.
Man.
So, if you're wondering if you should file or not, this should be the reason why you should file this. And listen, DM us, ask us any questions you want us about this, because we want to make sure our wealthy and the people that are hearing this do not get caught up with this, because it sucks to have to pay $591 a day. It sucks to pay up to $10,000. And it really sucks to be in jail for up to 2 years. If you just don't file this, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think nobody wants to do that.
And there are 6 entities. So now you may wonder, well, okay, I did this for an anonymity where people can't find me, like in Delaware, Las Vegas, Wyoming. Now people are going to be able to find me. But there's only 6 people that are allowed to pull from this. So what are those 6 entities?
So it's not necessarily like your information is just out there all over the place. All right. If you're worried about your information being out there are actually only 6 entities, like Mike said, who can request your BOI report after you file with FinCEN. Okay. Number 1 is going to be federal agencies engaged in national security, intelligence, and law enforcement. All right, pretty serious stuff. State law enforcement. Number 2, with a court order. By the way. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is the U.S. Treasury Department. Number 4 is financial institutions who have your consent. Mm-hmm. All right. Number 5 is government regulators of financial institutions. And number 6 is foreign authorities requesting information through a U.S. agency. All right, so these are some pretty serious organizations if it's coming down to something like that. But you know, you're filing this. Oh, by the way, Mike, I think we should tell them too that one of the places they have some parameters in place so people can make sure they go and get this done. Right. They're not making it hard to do. Right. With the research we did, this can all be done. If your company is structured complex, has some type of complex structure, maybe it'll take a little bit longer. Right. But typically this type of exercise should be able to be done within 5 to 10 minutes. Right. You can go to fincen.gov and file for free. Right. It's not like it's costing us any money to do this. It's one of the places. There's other places you can go and do it too, but directly on the FinCEN website. That's obviously that's a reputable place we can all go to do that.
And just a quick review. We want to make sure that you remember the 23 type of entities. I would urge, we're not going to re-mention it again, but go look it up to see if your company is an exception from filing this. Mm-hmm. And again, the 6 entities that can pull it up. And one of them, remember, it says a financial institution who you have given consent. So that could be like a bank or any type of hedge fund or financial entity that you say, okay, and I'm pretty sure they'll have forms and you'll know what you're filling out to say, okay, this is the person who's a member of this LLC or S corporation. Right. So we just want to make sure that everybody's aware of this, and we felt it was important to bring this. But we also want to give them the breakdown on it, like we always do in every show, right? We know you guys are going to go have a great holiday, but we want to keep this in mind. So here's the literal. The literal is take 5 to 10 minutes, do it now, or go to jail or pay. Mm-hmm. It's that's the literal. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Like we felt strong enough to come out here and do this podcast because we don't want people getting hurt, because pretty much what will happen, people will get hurt.
That's the first thing I said to you, Mike. When you told me about this, I said, bro, a lot of people gonna get hurt by this because they don't know. Exactly. And nobody's out here educating them or trying to get this information to them so they can not only just hear about it, but understand and believe it, because they're not playing around about this.
They're not. So, and the mental part, if you don't do the BOI, mentally you're going to worry about your bank account being tapped. Imagine $591 a day. If you didn't file up to 10K, you could lose 10K. Even worse, you can go to jail. God forbid you go to jail. So mentally, or they'll put out a warrant for your arrest to go to jail. Do you want that in your head? Right. That's the last thing you want to deal with. That's the last thing you want to think about. So mentally, you don't want this to be falling on you. So make sure you go file.
Yeah. And of course, the spiritual Mike, obviously it's just very simple as well, but getting your BOI done, be worry-free. Don't have to, be worry-free, not having to think about it, and grow your business with a peace of mind.
There you go.
Period. Point blank. In the story.
That's what it is.
And you know, Mike, we always want to encourage, be on a positive note. You know, we study that here, Finance Bros. So again, we're reiterating, this information is everywhere.
Yes.
The filing part is easy to do. A lot of us only have about 45 days to go and take action, but it's so simple. There's parameters in place. There's websites that have been developed just to get on there and file the information and just be done with it, be able to put it down and keep looking forward. So let's not think of it as a big deal. Let's just all be informed. Let's go do what we got to do, and let's keep it pushing.
Yeah, and listen, if you really can't if you don't have 5-10 minutes, find somebody. Because when you're in jail, you have all the time in the world.
You ain't got 5 minutes now.
You ain't got 5 minutes now. You will have it later. So, and that brings keeping the spiritual aspect. Man. Of course, we had to have a T-shirt for this.
Of course.
So
I love this T-shirt,
we went through a spiritual route on this one.
We stayed in the spiritual.
We stayed in the spiritual. We went to the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Finance Bros went to the Bible. Yes, finance has to do with the Bible.
Yep.
It was Luke chapter 12, verses 2 and 3. And we'll just paraphrase this for the T-shirt. Basically, it says, what's done in the dark will come to light.
That's short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Very succinct.
So if we got to make these T-shirts before January 25th, before January 2025, I mean, so January 1st, 2025, if we have to make those T-shirts for everybody to wear them so you don't go to jail, we will do that.
I'll rock the Luke 12 shirt, Mike.
So Luke 12,
I'm with it.
Verses 2 and 3. Paraphrasing, what's done in the dark will come to light.
Amen. Amen, brother. Hey, we're not going to hold you guys. We already said we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it sweet. Wanted to bring you guys this valuable information, this public service announcement. Drive it home fast. Drive it home hard. Put in your guys' hearts. Let you go out and take action with it. Obviously, you know how to find us. Check us out on all our social media podcast platforms. DM us, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Obviously, you know to check us out at our home on HHN TV. But come look us up. Come find us if you got more questions. And you already know, as usual.
I appreciate you. Don't go to jail.
Hey, you already know. We'll see you at the bank.
Peace, y'all.
Take care, world.